Taylor Swift has had some of the most loyal fans that any celebrity has seen, but in 2025, that loyalty is breaking. It all started with her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, which was released on October 3rd and was incredibly hyped, but instead of another Swiftie takeover, the reaction was different.
Taylor Swift has revealed herself to be resentful of black women.
What? Racist and microaggressive undertones that are within the lyrics.
On the day of the album's release, social media was flooded, not with praise, but with hate.
That was the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
And this is really shocking because Swifties are known for their crazy parasocial relationships with Taylor. She could drop a song where she's literally just coughing into the mic as she's choking on a bug, and her fans would be like,
"Girl, you ate that up."
Swifties would literally go to war for her. If you were to make a tweet saying her new music sucks, you'd be spammed with death threats. So it's very interesting when you have an album that people are hating on and her fans are just sitting there minding their own business, with some even agreeing. From fans hating on her new album and calling her out for using AI, but even accusing her of racism, the Swifties are divided like never before. So for today's video, we're gonna take a look at the recent Taylor Swift controversy because there's a lot. But before we get into it, be sure to leave a like in my video and subscribe if you haven't already, or else the Swifties will find you and force you to listen to a 1-hour album of Taylor farting into the microphone. Before we get into the music itself, the first problem arises from the marketing. Remember the start of last year when some naughty AI photos of Taylor Swift went viral? The photos were getting tens of millions of views, and Swifties were absolutely losing their minds. It caught so much attention that even the White House said they were alarmed and that Congress should take action. And apparently Taylor Swift herself was considering taking legal action. I said her supporters would go to war for her, and that's exactly what they did.
Swiftie Army came together and proved that they should not be underestimated because they found the guy. I mean, they found the guy. They really found the guy. The Swifties allegedly found where he immigrated from, where he studied, and even where he lived.
The point being, these photos were a very big deal. After all that went down, if you try to search up Taylor Swift AI on Twitter, nothing shows up. So considering all of that, it's very shocking that nearly 2 years later, Taylor Swift was exposed for using AI to promote her music.
One of the easiest things to look for is inconsistency. Look at the shape of this window up here and see how it does not match the light coming in through that window. The shape of the light on the floor is totally inconsistent with the shape of the window. Okay, take a good look at this font. And now look at this one. Especially remember the loop on the H and this Y here. These are literally just two completely different fonts. There is no way a graphic designer would change the font halfway through. It doesn't make any sense.
And these are just some of the many things that people have noticed. For example, in this video here, one of the hangers suddenly rotates and then completely disappears. Considering what Taylor went through with the AI deepfakes, a lot of people, including her own fans, are shocked that she would be using AI to promote her album. For her to become a victim of AI being used at its worst and then turn around and use AI for her own benefit. From what I read, fans appear to be disappointed because they expected Taylor to lead the fight against AI exploitation, not profit from it. And honestly, I agree. I have no problem with AI when it's being used to do things like make Jake Paul gay.
An announcement in 3, 2, 1. I'm gay. Here's my makeup set. Look at this.
But Taylor Swift is a billionaire who was the first to become one solely based on her music career, so it's not like she doesn't have the money to hire real people. Now, it's not confirmed that it's AI. There's been a big debate about whether it's AI or CGI, but when you look closely at the details, such as this treadmill which has a mop feature, it's kind of hard to say a human designed it. So as we've seen, there's been controversy relating to Taylor Swift using AI to promote her music, but some people have even gone as far as to accuse her of using AI to write her music. Now, these are big allegations for any artist to be facing, but especially with Taylor Swift, who's getting a huge amount of respect and praise for writing her own music. From what I've seen, these accusations are more of a joke, but fans are so unimpressed with the lyrics that they're hoping it's AI. They're refusing to believe that this is the same Taylor Swift they've known and loved for years. Let's start off with the fact that this album is unlike her previous ones. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean that in a bad way. Taylor's had some explicit songs in the past, but in this album, 8 out of 12 of the songs are labeled explicit due to curse words and sexual references. For example, one of the songs is called Wood. At first, you might think of the old superstition, knock on wood, but then she makes it very clear that she's talking about a different type of wood. Travis's wood.
Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He amatized me and opened my eyes. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
The word cocky isn't just a coincidence, it's a play on wood. And amatize is a censored version of the word dickmatize, which refers to when a man hypnotizes a woman after giving her a good time, if you know what I mean. And while some might like this wrecking ball style change, others are just like, my eyes! So Taylor's album is very different from her previous ones. The lyrics are more explicit, more mature. In one song, she literally said that she's got a bigger lightsaber than the devil himself, and in Wood, she's just talking about Travis's chorizo the whole time. And this has led to a lot of criticism because it's very different than the sweet and innocent all-American good girl image that Taylor has spent her entire career building. To stay relevant, any artist should grow with their audience, but in doing so, you also face the risk of receiving a lot of criticism. But in her case, she's receiving backlash with people calling Taylor Swift a racist, MAGA, Yahtzee trad wife.
Taylor Swift has revealed herself to be resentful of black women, or at least deeply insecure when it comes to comparing herself to black women. In the song Opalite, Taylor is referencing Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole. The lyrics of Opalite include, "You were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite." So Taylor is not only using the lyrics in the song to talk about how she is so much better for Travis than his ex-girlfriend is, which is inconsiderate on its face. What did that lady ever do to you? But she is choosing to do that using the imagery of onyx, which is typically black, and opalite, which is typically white.
Well, that was something. Suddenly it's racist for someone to say it's dark at nighttime? Oh, how stupid of me. My bad for assuming where you live it's dark in the middle of the night. Maybe you're from Alaska and experience midnight sun. This is giving confirmation bias. Race is always a touchy topic, and depending on your upbringing, people will interpret lyrics differently. But some of these takes that I've been seeing are just wild. You have your hatred for Taylor Swift and are viewing her lyrics in a lens that helps confirm your delusional beliefs about her. Travis Kelce's birthstone is opal, so opalite, which is a man-made material, is a play on words. Taylor was interviewed about the song where she said that opalite is used as a metaphor for making your own happiness.
Life isn't always going to give you what you want. You're not always going to get your way. You're going to get your heart broken. Things are going to happen to you. Chaos will ensue. But you have to pick your own happiness. You choose it. You have to sometimes make your own happiness, just like men made opal.
And as for onyx, it's a natural material that's the color black. So the metaphor is you were once sleepless in those dark, scary nights until you got up and made your own light, made your own happiness. That's the actual meaning of it. Taylor Swift's album is not
Okay, so if a black woman or a person of color is telling you that something is racist, something is microaggressive, something is not sitting with them the right way, that is not the time for you as a white person to open your mouth and say, actually,
And when a black person says that it's not racist, it's not time for you as a white woman to say, actually, yes it is. You're entitled to feel how you feel, and if you believe that Taylor's lyrics are racist, then that's what you believe. But what this TikToker is saying is to unconditionally believe someone simply because of the color of their skin, which is a very dangerous mindset to have. It's the exact same one that people back in the early days of America had when a white woman would accuse a black man of R-wording her. This example interplays gender and race, but back then, even if the black man literally never met this woman in his life, if she accused him of R-wording her, he'd be guilty. Society would just come to the conclusion like, yep, he did it. It shouldn't be automatically believe someone because of this, it should be automatically listen to someone because of this. If a person of any color was to tell this TikToker that her shirt is racist because it contains strawberries, would she then be like,
you know what, I didn't view it that way, but strawberries, I can see how it's racist, and you know what, I'm gonna throw out the shirt, not just throw it out, but I'm actually gonna dump it in a fire pit, and I'm gonna burn that shirt so nobody can ever wear it again because I understand how strawberries are offensive. And I would also like to apologize for my booster juice order from last week Tuesday because, yup, you guessed it, it contains strawberries.
This is another example of confirmation bias because yes, while there are some black people saying the lyrics are offensive, there are so many saying it's not.
You guys are really gonna make me come on here and defend a white billionaire. Oh my god. Let's do some reading comprehension 101. Yes, onyx means dark, okay? Sleepless through the dark nights. Are we dumb? I really do fail to see why one of the world's easiest metaphors for love, which is like from darkness into the light, is somehow a reference to skin color. I'm so sorry. And I'm black.
Personally, from what I've seen, more white people are getting upset about this than anybody else, and it seems to be the black people defending her. People are devoting so much time and energy into painting Taylor Swift to be this evil villain they want her to be, when there is actual evil out there which you could be fighting against. Now, that wasn't the only set of lyrics. You know when you bring your friends over and they meet your parents for the first time, and they're like, oh, you look like your mom. Oh, you look so much like your dad. Well, part of the backlash that Taylor's experiencing comes from her song Wish List, where, in the chorus, she said, I just want you, have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. That line means as it reads, she just wants her kids to look like her husband, but people were going on about eugenics, bringing up the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad, and how Taylor is promoting white supremacy.
I want to have you're white babies, and I actually want our entire neighborhood to be racially homogenous.
When all she was saying is that she wants her future kids with her future husband to look like her future husband. What would they have rather her say? That she wants her kids to look like Jalen Hurts? Okay, that would have been the plot twist of the century. When everything becomes racist, it means nothing is truly racist anymore, as it downplays actual issues. And when you try to call out something that is deserving of being called out, people just ignore it. I've seen comments from people in Africa and people in Europe, and it's very interesting to see their take on this. Someone actually commented, "Are schools only for shooting in America?" One of the most ridiculous things that Taylor's receiving backlash for is for her lightning necklace. The necklace came from her song Opalite, where the lyrics read, "Dancing through the lightning strikes, now the sky is opalite."
There's something that is not good to be on this necklace. Let me show you a better close. These lightning bolts, that's very bad. That is very bad. To put lightning bolts so that when they're next to each other, they look like this.
So these lightning bolts are not normal lightning bolts. They are specifically SS lightning bolts.
So for those who are confused, the SS symbol was a symbol used by the Yahtzees, replace Y with N. And because Taylor's necklace has two lightning bolts, which in the photo appear to be side by side, even though they are very spaced apart, people are accusing her of being a Yahtzee. The lightning bolts aren't even the same shape. In the Yahtzee symbol, the ends are square, while Taylor's lightning bolts are triangular. What are you gonna do next? Cancel Shazam? Cancel Kiss for the way their S's and their logo look, despite the fact that two of the members are Jewish, including Gene Simmons, whose mother was a Holocaust survivor?
Hey, that's some bullshit.
So with all this being said, Swifties turning on Taylor and her haters defending her might be the biggest plot twist of 2025. I'm not even a Swiftie. I think the backlash for using AI is valid. I think critiquing her naughty lyrics is valid. But all of the reaching people are doing, accusing her of being racist for saying it's dark at nighttime and making your own happiness, I find it ridiculous. And one thing's for sure, no matter the backlash, no matter the drama, numbers don't lie. Even weeks after release, Taylor is still dominating the charts. If you enjoyed my coverage on this topic and maybe even had a laugh, be sure to leave a like on my video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm also really curious to hear your thoughts on this situation, so leave a comment down below and let me know. But that's officially gonna do it, so until next time, it's been IvanSteff.